Hey, it's your boy Lord Jang Yang coming at you with a special message. This video is honestly directly in response to a guy on YouTube. His name is Your Dasher Mike. He was talking about about the DoorDash just had a recent conference call of some kind where all the CEO leaders got together and major investors got together and basically discussed DoorDash growth, profits, etc. I'm just summarizing. He basically goes on to say about how they're talking about there's going to be expansion into more grocery orders, more convenience orders, stuff like from exporting goods all the way to, I guess, big lots, shit like that. And he brought up a lot of things about grocery orders and whatnot, and how that's becoming a big thing. A lot of stores are doing grocery orders now, and that is very true. Safeway, Giant, all the major players are getting on board with the grocery aspect of it all. But here's the thing. He also mentions what a lot of people like me, the Dasher, have been constantly frustrated with, is how there's very little fucks given about the Dasher, aka people like me, the people who actually do the deliveries, who deal with the people, to deal with people constantly lying on us about, oh, I never received my food, knowing damn well they received it, or saying that say they dropped off the wrong house, or they try to bait and switch us into basically it's a whole lot of bullshit. We deal with a lot of crap out here, and the CEOs of DoorDash don't pay attention to any of that shit. They don't pay attention to any of our complaints. I swear it's all formality, and they just don't give a fuck. But what the reason I'm doing this video is, get a little itch there. The reason I'm doing this response video is because he specifically struck on one of my pet peeves, is the grocery orders. So here's the thing. Here's my thing about grocery orders. DoorDash, one of the biggest pet peeves of DoorDash is that they don't have any real transparency. So when you do a grocery order, all you get to see is where the order is, how many items it is, if any, and if it's a pickup or if it's a shop order. If you have to actually physically shop it yourself versus it already being shopped for you just gotta go pick it up. Here's the thing with the grocery orders, is that there needs to be some kind of limit to how many items a customer can have us bring them versus the cost. Because here's the thing, and this is one of the main reasons why I stopped doing grocery orders. I do them very minimalist. I do them very minimally, is because one of the orders I got was for Safeway, and the first thing that pissed me off was the order literally said Safeway. The payout was like $15, and it said 10 items. So in other words, I'll be picking up 10 items. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items. Right? So I go to pick up the order, and the lady goes, hey, do you want to get a cart? I was like, why do I need a cart? It's only 10 items. She goes, that happens all the time. I was like, well, how many items is it and how many bags is it? She's like, it's about 10 bags and it's about 50, 60 items. I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Because the address, I've delivered to that address area before, and I know for a fact exactly where it is. It's an apartment building, right? 3 flights of stairs, no elevator. No elevator for, like, it's not a place for handicap or whatever. If you live in a wheelchair, if you have to use a wheelchair, you do not want to be in an apartment, at least this specific location. But yeah, there's basically, and I look at the address. If you know how apartment numbers works, this address was on the 3rd floor. So I'd have to drive I think it was almost 8 miles to the location, and then carry about 10 bags of groceries, various things, various weights, up 3 flights of stairs to this person's door. And I'm like, no, I'm not lazy. Don't y'all motherfuckers try to call me lazy, because I'm not lazy. I work hard as fuck at my other job, and I do this just as much. So don't dare call me lazy. But I am not about to carry or make several trips up 3 flights of stairs. Because you know how these customers are. They expect you to just do everything for them, and I do mean everything. I am not about to carry several bags of groceries up 3 flights of stairs, probably at least 3 or 4 trips for no $15. No. 3 flights, maybe the 2nd floor, okay. 1st floor, definitely, it's right there. 3 flights of stairs, 10 bags of your shit, and you're not gonna come out and help me grab them? Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. And I did one order, again, apartment complex, no elevator, no reception in the fucking building, so I couldn't even confirm the order until I got outside. These motherfuckers had 3 cases of water amongst everything else. dumb shit like that. Like I said, there has to be some kind of common sense factor, which is not going to exist because, you know, it's DoorDash, and corporate and common sense never go in the same fucking statement anyway. But especially with these grocery orders, there needs to be some kind of limit or transparency between DoorDash, the customer, and the driver, because I seen one video a while back on TikTok, right? Some asshole ordered like 50 cases of water, and the boy was driving a little Ford Focus hatchback. How the fuck are you gonna carry 50 cases of water in a little ass Ford hatchback? God, like, are you fucking serious? And I seen one video, I don't know, it was an old video back when I first started door dashing. Again, somebody ordered a shit ton of groceries. A shit ton. We're talking like 6 families worth of shit, right? So the dasher had a 4-door sedan. Young kid could not carry all that shit. So he had to call his dad and his his uncle to come out to the store with 2 fucking pickup trucks to load that shit up and take it to this customer's house. Because the customer's like, what's all this shit? What's all this shit? And the dad was pissed. The father was pissed because they ordered so much shit. And they ordered so much shit, right? So not only did the kid have to call his parents and his uncle to bring out their pickup trucks to carry the shit to this person's house, guess what the payout was? I think it was like a $7 to $8 payout, minimum shit, for all that stuff. I'm like, no, fuck no. That's why I don't do grocery orders anymore. At least I avoid them at the plague. Like, it has to be it has to be minimal distance. It has to be minimum distance, maximum pay, and minimal items for me to give a fuck. So I'm not taking 15 things to Timbuktu for $2.50. Fuck that and fuck you. So yeah, I'll do the occasional store order, but not as much. Not if I can help. But here's also why I do not like doing store orders. So every once in a while I'll check my ratings, and if you're a DoorDasher, you know when you go to check your ratings, you have your point system was like 4.8, 4.5, whatever that is. Then you got the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 star rating, and then under that you have excluded ratings, which basically means things that are outside of your control that there's no way in hell you could do any better, no matter how hard you tried. Things. Well, I have 5 of those. I have 5 excluded ratings because from petty ass lazy customers. I got 5. I've never had that many excluded ratings until I started doing the grocery orders. Pick up food, drop off food, no problem. Grocery orders, and then there's, like I said, there's 5 of them, right? Like I said, I avoid grocery orders like the goddamn plague. So, like I said, the fact there's only 5, and I know exactly what those 5 were, probably those 5 grocery orders I took. Yeah, that's what those were. Because there was one order, somebody ordered a bunch of shit, and it took me over an hour to do the shopping because I was legitimately trying to do a good job. I was trying to find their items. I had to do a lot of substitutions and shit because they didn't have exactly what they were looking for. And I was like, I'm just like, I'm doing my best. I'm giving my best effort. And then you want to shit on me because it took too long. Well, excuse the fuck out of me. This is what happens when you're paying someone else to do a service. If you want it done, quote unquote, the right way, you need to get off your fat lazy ass and go get that shit your goddamn self. And don't shit on don't shit on the person you, I guess, more or less hired to do it for you. And you're too lazy to go do it your damn self. Like, I had one customer, in fact, it was the other day, it was for some damn pudding. One of the items of pudding. They didn't have the exact pudding that they were looking for. This motherfucker, see, and I'm not the type to screenshot shit too much, but I need to do it more often. This motherfucker had the nerve to kept going back with me, telling me, it said, I know they have it. It was there yesterday. They sent me a whole ass little paragraph, basically swerving over that. It was there on the shelf. They saw it the other day when they went there. They just forgot to get it on when they were out and about. So I took pictures of the entire aisle where the stuff was, and to prove to them that it wasn't there. And then they wanted me to ask somebody to go into the back to look for it. You know what I did? I completed that order fast as fuck, dropped off that shit. It was only like maybe 2-3 miles away for like $15. I was like, fuck them. So I literally I said basically it was like I was trying to find the shit, but this won't be an asshole. So I literally said, fuck it. Substitutions, no, whatever, cancel whatever I could do. And I drove that shit out to them. So they had like maybe 10 or 20 items they actually wanted or needed. I only dropped off like 5 because they were being a bitch about some damn pudding. So I was like, fuck them. then they're trying to call me like, where's the rest of my groceries? Oh, I'm sorry, they didn't have them. Have a nice day. And because eventually they only have a certain window to bitch at you after you drop off the order. So I'm just like, yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck grocery orders. If they don't like that shit, they need to get shit themselves. But yeah, go watch what he's talking about. His name's it's the YouTube channel called Your Dasher Mike. I'll leave some messages in the thing for it. But yeah, he goes to talk about the corporate side and the sales side and all things that matter to the corporate level. But again, the little guy, us, the Dasher, the ones who's doing all the fucking footwork, the soldiers of this shit, the frontline members of this, dealing with all the bullshit. Customers lying, customers trying to get us in trouble, trying to get us fired, stealing our food, us being attacked. Dude, like seriously, look, no bullshit. Where is it? Like, I literally, this is what I carry with me when I go DoorDash because motherfuckers keep trying shit. And I've actually had to use this a couple times. Allegedly. All I'm saying is, we are out here risking our asses and lives and shit. Half of y'all don't want to tip. Half of y'all expect us to do backflips and say jump when you and jump when you say how, or say how high when you say jump. So fuck that. It's just the bullshit we're dealing with out here, man, and no one seems to give a fuck. That's what brings me to the next point. Since I'm just gonna rant about this stuff, there needs to be a separate committee for the Dashers. Has nothing to do with CEO, nothing to do with the profits. We need a singular, if not maybe a handful of voices that directly say, "Hey, the Dashers want this, and you need to make it happen, or they're gonna quit on us," or some shit like that. Like we Dashers have our own little Facebook groups and Twitter groups and Instagram groups, talking about where to dash, where not to dash, who got jacked, someone got robbed, you know, that kind of shit. Because we have to look out for ourselves. We really have to look out for ourselves. We're all just trying to make some money. Motherfuckers are trying to basically thug us over a fucking DoorDash. I seen in one video where a lady was trying to drop off an order, and some other woman and her friend walked up and basically stole the food from them and was like, thank you, and proceeded to walk with like, thank you, like, yes, I just took your food, what you gonna do about it type shit. It's like, and of course black people. And I was like, who does that? Who thugs another person over some fucking DoorDash? Like, are you that damn hungry? Are you that cheap that you don't want to cook, don't want to go out and get the shit, so you're just gonna steal it from the DoorDasher? Like, are you fucking serious? This is the shit we deal with. This is the shit we deal with. But again, go check him out. Go check out Your Dasher Mike, and stay awesome, Gotham.